Good evening everyone and welcome to TT_Project Cars. It is Season 4, Round 2 here for Racing Roulette, and we are here at the one of the most historic tracks on the racing calendar. It is Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, better known as Spa, of course. And it is, of course, Project Cars 2. Good evening, everyone. I am James Head 14. I'm going to be taking you through the action once again. 10 drivers out on track, which is fantastic to see. And we should be hoping for some great action here tonight as we build towards the end of round 2, of course, for the Racing Roulette. We are using the LMP2 cars this week. There are a choice of cars that the drivers can have as part. Most of them carrying around 190 mile an hour in terms. 3.2, 3.3 seconds in terms of acceleration. Different breakers of horsepower, not too much difference. The JSP2 Honda the quickest with a 480 brake horsepower engine. That, of course, is a V6 engine compared to a V8 like the Ligier JSP2 Judd runs as well, 460 horsepower. And again, bit of determination in the weight. The weight is all the same, apart from the JSP2 Honda. It might be quicker, but it carries more weight, so just bear in mind if anybody is driving that out on track tonight. Racing here, we are going to be racing in the wet. It is raining at Spa, and it is 6 o'clock in the morning as well in Spa. That's what we're going to be running around here tonight. So I'm going to be trying to pick out who are the drivers out on track for you here tonight. We should be expecting around 150 lap times, I think, here tonight with the LMP2s. Racing Roulette driver standings is as follows. Crusher Bro leads the way on 26 points, the defending champion of Project Cars, doing a great job so far. Mackinder Few in second on 22, with Sinclair in third on 20. Alan Kay in fourth on 18, Money Matt in fifth on 16, Taze Leroy in sixth on 15, Andy in seventh on 13, Casper in eighth on 12, Mays in ninth on 11, and Charlie in 10th on 10 points respectively. And with 11 drivers out on track, it is going to be very interesting to see who really takes the scruff of the neck of this race here. Obviously, it might look likely to you. The Crusher Bro might win here once again. He took the fastest lap and indeed the win in Racing Roulette last time out. So Crusher Bro, the defending champion, looking to make it a double here tonight in the Racing Roulette. And of course there will be two streams. The Formula Reynolds will be coming after this. I've got the standings up for that respectively. The only thing I haven't got with me is a track map. I've got the F1 version of the track map, but I haven't got a proper track map of Spa-Francorchamps, and we are live as mentioned by Twitter. And if you do want to catch me on Twitter, I'm at B52Head on Twitter, so if you want to follow me now's the time to do so before we start the race. There are famous corners here, of course, at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. There are 20 corners for the drivers to go around here tonight, like La Source at turn 1, which is the turn I always forget. So it's La Source at turn 1, Radion and Rouge at 3, 4 and 5, very tricky corners. Les Combes, let's see how they take let's see how they take Radion and Rouge in the wet. This is going to be very interesting. And then obviously down towards Bruxelles and Pouhon through 11 and 12, which was known as No Name, of course, Bruxelles. It's actually now known as X, I do believe, as well. Then through Campus and Stavelot, into Blanchimont, and then into the bus stop chicane, which ends us off here tonight at Spa. And of course there is a double stream because we are going to be doing the Formula Reynolds after this. 15 minutes worth of racing about to begin here. I do believe Sean is running slightly behind schedule, which I have a feeling is who we are waiting for tonight. So we'll be up into 12 drivers here tonight. Sean is on his way, I do believe. Hopefully everyone tuning in and enjoying their night so far. It is about to get even better, of course, with the Racing Roulette happening out on track. Mez coming in and saying, I hope I am at the back. That might be the best way, especially in the rain, to go. Just waiting on one driver, and we'll be starting shortly. Silverstone next week, the monstrous Group 5 cars for the Racing Roulette. So Silverstone next week, as Andy has put in the comment section. Rich Frank, better known as here in Project Cars. Hey, it's Frank. Have a good race. I'll be watching in my Kenworth. Wish I could be there. I don't know what a Kenworth is. Is it a caravan? Is it a camper van? I don't know what a Kenworth is. Please elaborate on that, because I'm from England and don't really know what that is. I've never heard of it before in my life. Come on, Lizzie, you got rain tyres, it'll be alright. I have all faith in you, says Frank as well, says Rich. So there we go. We are just waiting on Sean, as I say. We are about to get started for the racing here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. We are using the Grand Prix track. There are different layouts of this track. There are two specific layouts on Project Cars 2. Obviously the Grand Prix layout, which the majority of the field will be used to, and the historic track, the old historic Spa track, which incorporates the track that you see nowadays against some of the old track back in the 60s and the 70s. And this is going to be quite intriguing to see how these guys cope, especially with the wet conditions. Sean is on his way. He was due to be 5 minutes. That was about 5 minutes ago, but we are just delaying the start so he can attend, which is great news for him. And great news for everyone as well, because they can do their last minute preparations as well before they get in the race. One thing I haven't got is a drink, which I'll have to go down for between streams, because the Formula Reynolds have obviously come up next. By the time Sean gets here, I have a feeling I'll be rushing back upstairs to do Formula Reynolds commentary after this. So we are expecting 2 streams. Just to go through the rest of the schedule here this week on TTTV, it is going to be quite action-packed this week. We have got Monday to Friday racing. Monday, of course, Project Cars 2 tonight. TTL F2 with me tomorrow. Possibly going to be joined by a co-commentator. I need to talk to Maze about that. There's an interesting co-commentator for tomorrow evening's racing for TTL F2, and he is available on every Tuesday, which is great stuff indeed. Wednesday, Mini League returns. Mini League is back. Yes, and I can't wait. You're going to be seeing me at 7 o'clock. Andy, I do believe, is on 7:45 commentary, if I don't get this wrong, and Kieran is on 8:30 commentary. Might be a bit of a mix between the two there, between Kieran and Andy. Either way, they are commentating on League 2 and League 1 respectively from 7:45 and 8:30. So Wednesday night really going to be quite hectic. Starts off, of course, with me in Mini League 3. Thursday, of course, TTL F1. I'm not sure if Andy is going to be available for that. However, Kieran McGinley will be. Kieran will be back for TTL F1 this week. Maybe joined by myself as well in the commentary box for TTL F1. And then, of course, after TTL F1, Friday is TTFL with Malk, who I do believe will be attending and commentating on that as well, which is fantastic stuff to hear. And that is literally the schedule for the week. And I will remind everyone about the schedule on the second stream after the Formula Reynolds have finished. This should be great racing though out on track. We have had a few more comments come in the meantime. Sean is on his way. I do trust in that. It's a big truck. I'm hauling Campbell's soup right now. So it is a truck. I do apologise. Well, I thought it would have been a camper van going along the lines of that here in the UK. That you see a lot of camper vans and a lot of caravans out on the roads, especially in the summer when people decide to go on holiday and clog up the roads a little bit too much. Sean is here. We are going to be starting very shortly indeed. Long live the rain, says Crusher Bro, and long live James's commentary here tonight as well. 15 minutes worth of racing at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. We are about to get started for Racing Roulette Round 2 here at Spa. And I'll just take a little bit of a moment to ensure that we get started. Everything is ready to go, I do believe. We should be starting very soon indeed. And you will have to cope with me coughing a little bit. I have developed this awful cough today and haven't got anything really to get rid of it. So you're going to have to stick with that, I'm afraid, during the commentaries here tonight, during the streams here tonight. But we should be getting going very shortly indeed for the Racing Roulette. Obviously, with us coming to Spa, we do have to reflect for a moment on the tragic passing of Antoine Hubert, F2 driver, who tragically lost his life in an awful, horrific crash in Formula 2 in late August this was. Forever going to be in the minds of us all here racing tonight, and I'm sure as we reflect on coming to Spa, we do have to take a bit of a moment to reflect on Antoine's tragic passing, and I'm sure everyone's thoughts is with Antoine's family and friends who are still coming to terms with the loss of their son, and it is a horrible thing. I cannot imagine it to go through. In the meantime, 4.35 mile in length Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, 20 turns, light rain. This is going to be intriguing. We're going to see how this is going to pan out on track. Now let me get my beautiful track map up. Oh, and I can't get my track map up because I'm not connected to the internet. That's great. Let's get this up. Let's have a look. There we go. I've got my track map up. There we go. Fantastic. Right, track map is up. We are ready to go. 20 turns for the drivers to take a foothold on here tonight, and it's going to be very great indeed. We should be getting going very shortly. So it's early morning here in Spa, and Sinclair is out on pole position with Mays in second. Not, I think, maybe on the opposite side of the grid. I think he might be quite happy with that. Molly Matt starting in third, Sean in fourth, Crusher Bro in fifth, Theo Daly in sixth, Charlie in seventh, Alan Kay in eighth, McKinnon in ninth, Andy in 10th, Aguilera in 11th, and Casper in 12th. Position. Let me get all of my broadcast overlays up, the track map and the speedo, and we are about to get going here in the LMP2s for 15 minutes worth of racing here at Spa-Francorchamps. Round 2 of the Racing Roulette is about to begin now, and the light sequence is out, and Sinclair gets a very good start from the line. Oh, there's been a crash in the background a little bit. I'm not sure if that was possibly Theo Daly getting caught up in something early on. They go down into the source at turn 1. Very tricky conditions, and Molly Matt has burst away from them. Molly Matt leads the way down into Radion and Rouge for the first time. Molly Matt leads the way. Crush Bros in second, Sinclair in third, Mays chasing down in fourth, with Sean right on the back coming through Radion and Rouge. He's gone way off track, nearly into the wall. Good recovery, quite a few going wide. Don't attack this like it is in the dry. That's the best thing I can get. Alan Kay's up the 6th with result. Casper now into 7th. Theo Daly and Mays going side by side down the straight. There's been a little bit of contact in the background. Charlie, I do believe, has been caught up in some contact with Aguilera. Down in the mid-pack here. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Alan Kay just getting shut off by Theo Daly slightly. But Molly Matt leads the way in a three-way battle for the lead early on. 5/10 of a second. Molly Matt leads. Crusher Pro up as his side, he's already got the move done, so the Norwegian, the defending champion in Project Cars, now leads the way. Molly Matt now in second, runs wide. They shouldn't be really attacking this car like it is the dries. It should be definitely wet conditions that they've got to try and take in here. Mays in fourth, Theo Daly in fifth. A little bit of side-by-side action in the meantime between Alan Kay and Sean. Sean is up the inside into Pouon, gets the move done. Everyone running wide into Pouon. Not surprising with the conditions. Andy's going up the inside of Alan Kay there as well. Casper, I think, has got past as well. But Andy and Casper, are up in position on Alan Kay. Aguilera in 11th, and Charlie struggling at the back in 12th after early contact with Aguilera. He struggles on at the rear, but of course, points is everything here in Racing Roulette, and we're already through the first 2 minutes, and it's Crusher Pro who leads the way. Molly Matt in second, Sinclair in third, Mays in fourth, Theo Daly in fifth, Sean and Casper looking very close here. Andy's right on the back of this as well. Not sure if we've got a bit of a timing glitch going on actually. Definitely looks like there's something going on. No, there we go. Andy is that car in third. I don't know why I was thinking that. Sean on the outside into the bus stop chicane. Casper, Andy just taps the back end slightly. Sean into the bus stop chicane. He's got that move done on Casper. So Sean now down to sixth. Sean up to sixth. Casper into seventh. Crusher Pro leads from Molly Matt in second. We go side by side down the straight now in the mid pack between Casper and Sean. Sean is on the outside into the source. Casper down the inside, giving each other plenty of respect, and the Finners up the inside. Great move there by Casper. He takes full advantage of a mistake or a slight bit of contact there through the source, and he gets the move done. So Casper is into sixth position with Sean now in seventh place. And it definitely appears to me that there is some sort of glitch going on with the timing screens here. It's not my fault at all. Definitely looks a lot tighter than it actually showing on the timing, so might just have to fix that a little bit for the second race. Theo Daly now, Sinclair is in third, trying to attack the back end of Molly Mack. Theo Daly's got the move done in the meantime on Mays, and there's been a bit of contact in the background. Was that Casper going wide there, I wonder? No, it wasn't. It was Andy, and it was Mays, I think, getting caught up in something, was it? I think it might have been, I'm not sure. Alan Cade trying to go down the inside of Sean in the meantime. Plenty of action early on. 2 minutes and 20 lap times. Charlie's into the pits after that damage. Alan Cade trying to go around the outside into X. Gets the move done around the outside. Brilliant move that by the Irishman. He's into 6th position. All the battling happening on further down the field. We'll turn our attentions though for battle for second in the meantime. Sinclair and Molly Matt were in second and third up this stage, separated by 4 tenths per second out on track. Crusher Bro leads the way by 4.5 seconds. Molly Matt is in second, having a great race so far, with Sinclair the Scotsman in third. Of course, starting on pole position, now fighting for the podium spots it seems. He's about 9 seconds clear of the rest of the field really at the minute. So Sinclair on the back, coming through Blanchimont. Crusher Bro leads the way by 5 seconds the gap. Molly Matt ran wide through Blanchimont. Can give Sinclair a bit of a look in here into the bus stop chicane. Look at this, great being kicked up, and there's contact. Molly Matt breaking early, there's contact between them both. Sinclair is off, Molly Matt is off. Unfortunate bit of contact there. Casper and Theo Daly now running through the bus stop, into the bus stop chicane. Now they've got to be careful just in case these guys have got going. And Theo Daly is into the back of Casper. Some more contact being made. These guys treating the braking points similar to what they do in the dries. It is wet out on track. They have got to be braking a lot earlier than expected here tonight. Alan Kay is right on the back of Theo Daly, though in the meantime, after that contact that he made, Theo Daly, Alan Kay trying to go up the inside into the source, not quite. Mays in 7th, Bagwellata in 8th, right on the back as well. Andy in 9th, Sean in 10th, McKinley for you struggling early on in 11th. Might have had some contact on that lap. Crusher Bro leads 13.5 seconds. We're not going to focus on him, we're going to focus more on the mid-pack. They come through Radion and Rouge once again, only on lap 3, so we're not going to get many laps out of this race at all, and we're more than 5 minutes through. We've got to get side by side action between Alan Kay and Theo Daly, now running down the Kemmel Straight. Alan Kay up on the inside has already got the move done, so Theo Daly clearly maybe with some sort of damage. That is, who was that going up the inside? Mays, great move up the inside into Lecom, gets the move done, and treats Theo Daly as if he was one of his own. Mays up to 6th place. Great move. Aguilera into 7th. Theo Daly dropping back. Obviously has got damage. He went off track as well. He's now down into 10th. Sean and Andy have gone ahead of him as well. Crusher Bro leads. There he is. Coming into Stavilo for the 3rd time. 14.3 seconds the gap. Molly Matt is in 2nd. Has pulled away from Sinclair after that contact. Sinclair obviously couldn't get the car started after the bus stop chicane. He has lost a bit of time. Casper into 4th. The Finn driving well so far. With Alan Kay in 5th. Mays in 6th. Aguilera in 7th. Trying to hunt down. So the Spaniard and the Brit beginning to find their way through here. And we go towards Stavilo once again for the 3rd time here out on track. As Aguilera is right on the back of Mays, about not 6 tenths, 7 tenths of a second separating these guys out on track. Andy Aguilera running very wide there into Stablo. Andy says thank you very much, that's a free position for me. So Andy up into 7th, Aguilera down in 8th. The timing screens definitely some sort of desync going on. I think Aguilera might be desynced out on track. That will explain some of the timing glitches that we've been receiving here out on track. I have a feeling it is something to do with that. Sinclair and Molly Matt in the meantime, and again the timing glitches now occurring on the left hand side of the screen. Sinclair and Molly Matt. Sinclair down the inside on Molly Matt through the source into turn 1, gets the move done. The timing screens fixed as a result. The Sinclair leads into 2nd place now. Molly Matt is into 3rd. Casper trying to hunt down in 4th. Alan Kay in 5th, Mays in 6th, Andy in 7th, Aguilera in 8th. Those timing glitches, as I say, still quite irrelevant really here. They're not right beside each other out on track. They're about 6-7 tenths away from each other. Sean in 9th, McKinley for you now into 10th, has got past Theo Daly. Theo must have some damage on that car because he is struggling out on track. In the meantime, Sinclair and Molly Matt are getting quite close. Molly Matt actually losing control of the car through Lecombe. So, Molly Matt now down into second position. Sinclair says, thank you very much, I'll take that. Thank you indeed. So, Sinclair up into second, Molly Matt now into third after that mistake. And Casper hunting them down. Clearly liking the LMP2 so far here in Racing Roulette. More than halfway through, a little bit of contact between Mays and Andy, I think that was. Mays nearly collected on the inside by Aguilerator as well, I do believe that might have been. Alan Kay trying to hunt down in fifth on Casper as well. There is a lot going on out on track. We're trying to keep on here. Andy letting through Mays, I think that was there. And he's also let through McKinder Few as well. So McKinder Few, thank you very much for that free position. And he now down to 10th. Good sportsmanship shown out on track. Of course, not the cleanest driving out on track in terms of how the conditions have panned out, but that is to what you come to expect really out on track. I once again struggle a bit with my voice. Crushable dominating out in front of the Norwegian. And Sinclair in second. Molly Matt is in third. Casper in fourth now. Let's ride on board with the battle for third. Molly Matt and Casper with about 5 minutes and 50, well, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go roughly. The Finn right on the back of Molly Matt. Tracking the braking points nicely there, I've got to be honest. We'll go on board actually with Casper, and you can really appreciate how much spray is being kicked up here out on track. Casper, Molly Matt, the third and fourth out on track. Go down into turn one once again at the source. Sproul leads the way, 27.3 seconds. Obviously, he has got that, and in fact, I think he's made a mistake out on track because those timings all of a sudden have came down. So Crusher Pro has made a mistake somewhere out on track. I have a feeling that might have been through Lecombe, looking at the track map on the right-hand side. So Crusher Pro has lost about 4 seconds of his advantage there as a result of that mistake, which wasn't broadcast, but he did make a mistake. I can assure you that. Casper then, right on the back of Molly Matt, 4 tenths away, running down the Kennel Straight once again. Still only on lap 5. I think we are only going to get 6 or 7 laps out of this race. Crusher Bro leads the way by 22.6 seconds. Sinclair is in second, Molly Matt in third. There is Sinclair, just ahead of Molly Matt. About a second and a half, separating second, third and fourth at this stage. Let's see what's going on further down the field as well. Mays is under attack now from Andy, the Scotsman, on the Brits, back. And Andy right on the back of him, clearly appreciating these cars, and he's into 9th. McKinder was down into 10th actually, so McKinder has lost a position as a result. Must have had a moment somewhere out on track, I would imagine. The Scotsman right on the back of the Brit has to come through X once again, and now down into the famous turn 12 at Pouon. Really attacking corner this. Of course you can't take a flat out in these cars, otherwise you'll be ending up in the wall probably. Mays and Andy pretty much nearly side by side out of Pouon for 8th and 9th, currently out on track. McKinder is about 4 seconds off. These guys start battling. Molly Max has made a mistake, however, out on track, and Casper has got him. So through Stavelo, Casper has taken advantage of a Molly Mac mistake. Molly Mac now down into 4th position as Casper has got the move done. So the Finn now ahead, but into the bus stop chicane. Got to watch out for the braking points. Molly Matt clearly appreciating trying to go off track to complete the move. Never gonna work. Never gonna work. Even if you had a bit of leniency on that, I'm sorry, that move would not have been completed and he would have had to give up the position. Otherwise, he'd be in real trouble. Crusher Bull leads the way, 25 seconds the gap. Sinclair in second. There has been a move done further down the field. Andy has got ahead of Mays down into the bus stop chicane. That was through Blanchimont. I do believe that move has been completed. The Scotsman now ahead of Mays out on track. But again, I do apologise about some of the timing glitches that are coming up on my screen. I'm not sure if it's an isolated issue. I'm not sure if there is desync within the lobby. Obviously, we're going to have to find out this before the Formula Reynolds. Possible desync, I think, which might have accounted actually for the crash off the start. I think it was Aguilerator that crashed off the start. In the meantime, Sinclair, sorry, what was that running wide? Just off the battle. That was me, and that was Sean, sorry, running wide. So Sean now down into 8th, Andy up to 7th. The Scotsman says, thank you very much, much cleaner exit through Radion and Rouge. And into 7th he goes, so the Scotsman making eye-catching progress now through the field. Sean now in 8th. Mays in 9th. He is apparently 7/10 off. I highly doubt that though in terms of the timings. Actually, maybe that is correct. So 7/10 of a second. Now a 1/10 of a second. That's definitely not right. There is still clearly glitches going on out on track and still hasn't been fixed. Which comes to account of the game really. This game has not had a patch out in quite a while. Molly, Matt and Casper in the meantime. We are about to go on towards the final lap of the race on lap 7. We are on lap 6 currently. So Crusher Bro is coming around the final corner to start the final lap of the race, which will be the final lap of the race for everyone out on track. Sinclair is in second and clear of Molly Matt, but Casper right on the back of him, the Finn, trying to get the Italian up the backside here into Blanchimon, and Casper right on the back. The Finn now going side by side into Blanchimon. This is going to be brave. Casper down the inside, Molly Matt on the outside. Got to give each other room. Just forced off slightly. Appreciating the conditions, and Molly Matt comes across him. Once again, a bit of a dangerous region there by Molly Matt. Braked very late in the background. Casper lucky enough to stay in 3rd position there. But my God, there could have been a little bit of contact there. Casper into 3rd and has gained a little bit of time as a result of that contact from Molly Matt, who rejoined, I thought, in a bit of a dangerous position, to be honest. Alan Kay now on the back of this as well, so the battle for 3rd really heating up out on track. Don't discount Aguilera, who's having a great race as well in 6th. Aguilera into 6th at the minute. Crusher Bro though, he's halfway around the lap through Pouon, coming down towards Pouon actually. Sinclair's in 2nd down the Kemmel Straight. In the meantime, battle for 3rd and 4th still going on. Casper and Molly Matt. In the meantime, there are battles going on further down the field as well. Sean and Mays looking quite close in the meantime, and we'll go on board with them now actually coming out of Rouge and Radion. Perfect time to go on board. They're nearly side by side out of there, and Sean has actually lost the position, so Mays has got a much better exit out of Radion and Rouge. I have a fear that Sean actually made a mistake there, so that is why. But look at the leader, he's already through into that final sector. And Crusher Bro will be coming across the line very shortly indeed to take the flag. We're going to go on board with him now as he comes through Blanchimon. There's still the action going on out on track. If I see anything close enough, I will of course go on board with the action. But Crusher Bro, in the meantime, another dominant win from the Norwegian. It's going to be 2 out of 2, and he's got the fastest lap to boot as well as he comes into the bus. Absolutely fantastic. That is not how you want to end off a stream in Racing Roulette. I do apologise about the I've been disconnected from the multiplayer session. Clearly some sort of connection issue, I think. I'm going to try and get back in to get the result, hopefully. Let's get back into the session, see if we can go bold with the end of the race. Crusher Ball was about to come across the line to take the win. We are back into the session. Whether I can spectate or not is another thing, so it means we might not have to get the standings here. Everyone's icons might have to load before we go back into spectate mode. I do apologise, of course, about me disconnecting. It's not the greatest way to end the race, and the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient enough to broadcast the gameplay, so clearly a connection issue on my front. Alan Kay then, the lobby host, as we should get back into spectate mode very shortly indeed. But the race ending, I'm unsure of the results, you're unsure of the results. If we can post up the results within the chat, that'll be much appreciated, and then I'll update everyone in the Formula Reynolds. But for me, thank you very much for watching the Racing Roulette. Not the end of the stream that we were hoping for, but we'll be back for the Formula Reynolds in just a short amount of time. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, well, in about 2 minutes, goodbye.